Hey gang, it's JC, and this is the Daily Dose for Friday, January 6, 2012. A combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Clayton. That's right, they moved out of Brentwood. We are here every Monday through Friday here at jcontheline.com, and we kick things off today with a rock and roll poll question from yesterday, which is, on the heels of last night's MTV season debut of Jersey Shore, what do you think of the entire Jersey Shore phenomenon? Bad news, my partner Trish Gazelle won't like this. Number one answer. 80% of you responded, it's a pathetic display of desperate, talentless people grasping at fame, and I wouldn't waste a second of my time on it. That is 80%, followed by, it's proof the terrorists have won. That's almost 19% right there. It's all harmless fun at 0.8%, and it's a pathetic display of desperate, talentless people grasping at fame, and I love it at 0.8%. All right, we got a lot of football games this weekend. How much football do you plan on watching? You're going to watch everything start to finish? You're going to watch a couple of the key games, the good matchups? Are you going to maybe watch one game, or are you going to watch nothing? That's our rock and roll poll question. Answer in the corner. We have results for you on Monday. We'll find out just exactly how much football you are tolerant of, or how much you're really sort of looking forward to it. We have the Cincinnati and Houston game on NBC. It's at 3:30 on Saturday afternoon. That one could go either way. I'm leaning towards Houston in that game. Detroit at New Orleans. That should be New Orleans by a landslide. That's at 7 o'clock Saturday night. Sunday at noon is the good one. Atlanta and the Giants. I'm going to take the Giants, but that one, again, could go either way. And again, these games, these first-round playoff games have a history of producing tremendous upsets and stuff like that. The one that should not be an upset is Pittsburgh at Denver Sunday night. Sunday at 3:30 on CBS St. Louis time. Pittsburgh at Denver. Goodbye, Timothy Tebow. All right, let's move on here with the news of the day. Charles Barkley is going to host Saturday Night Live tomorrow night, and the musical guest is Kelly Clarkson. I mentioned that because earlier this week there was a story about Kelly Clarkson and her endorsement of Ron Paul. She lives down there in Texas. She digs Ron Paul. A lot of young people who don't, let's just put it this way, have the experience and the wisdom to understand the holes in Ron Paul's policies. But anyhow, she's entitled to her opinion, and so she says, yeah, I dig Ron Paul. All right, Texas girl, sticking up for her Texas grandfather of sorts. And they said that as soon as she did that, her album sales just like peaked, like 250% or something. Well, guess what? The two things appear to be not related, and I'll tell you why. Her sales of her album actually dropped when compared with the previous week, and here's the deal. The bulk of digital album sales, whether it's Kelly Clarkson or anybody else, come basically from the promotion that it gets on the Apple iTunes store. And last week, iTunes heavily promoted the album because it was new. And as a matter of fact, then it was matched by Amazon and a couple of the other music websites. So it dropped it down to $7.99. So that's why the sales went berserk. All digital songs sell well in the week after Christmas because everybody's got these brand new machines. They got MP3 players and iPods and all that sort of stuff. So while it's certainly possible the Ron Paul thing could have had some sort of impact, not much. It had to do with the promotion and the availability and just the fact that it's Christmas and all sorts of other things. So sometimes you just got to hold off a little bit before you start connecting dots, okay? So are you an average worker? Do you arrive at about 8:09 a.m., work a 9-hour day, and take a 28-minute lunch break? That's what the new survey says. The new workday is now 9 hours, 13 minutes. You spend about $5 on lunch. Only 7% go outside for some fresh air during lunch. The average worker drinks 3 cups of coffee a day, which is interesting to me because I've never drunk coffee in my life. We average one argument with a coworker daily. In our case, it's the same one over and over again. The average worker sends 26 emails a day, receives 32, and finally the average worker spends 10 minutes and 15 seconds on Facebook during the workday. All right, the Kardashians are getting their own Barbie dolls. At first, they were hesitant with the idea of being forever preserved in plastic, but then Bruce Jenner said, oh, no, it's great. Britney Spears says she can't stop looking at her new engagement ring. Why? Because it's bright and shiny and she's stupid. Jimmy Carter said that if President Obama wants to get reelected, he should avoid controversial issues. Based on history, if President Obama really wants to be reelected, he probably should stop taking advice from Jimmy Carter. Women tell 474 lies about food every year. Here are the top. Well, I got a couple of them here. That's an average of 1.3 lies per day and about 9 a week. Chocolate is the food women are most likely to lie about, followed by potato chips, cake, candy, cheese, bread, and burgers. The number one lie is it was only a small portion. This is the kind of stuff you can do when you're Elin Nordegren, who got a $110 million paycheck out of the Tiger Woods thing. Last March, she bought a $12 million, 9,000 square foot mansion in North Palm Beach, Florida, and then tore it down and put up a new place. Girls Gone Wild scumbag Joe Francis gets into a fender bender the other night in Beverly Hills, ends up in a fist fight with the two women who are in the car. They end up handcuffing him but not arresting him. Someone broke into Mike Tyson's Las Vegas hotel room over the weekend but fled when he woke up. See, I love stories like this. It's sort of like when people have road rage. You just get mad because, somebody cuts you off in traffic or something like that, so you decide to start tailing them down the highway, and it leads to both cars being pulled over or something like that, and then like Kelly Chase or Tony Twist gets out of the car. You never know. You just never know. Something feels sort of wrong here, but there's a new service that lets you send in a pair of your wife's underwear. Then they run a DNA test on it to see if there are traces of another man seed anywhere in there, and then they let you know. It costs $200. IdentityDNAtesting.com if you are really a paranoid person. Yesterday, that video of Casey Anthony leaked online. Trish brought up a really interesting point. What happens when this chick finally hooks up with another guy who, for whatever reason, decides that she was not guilty, even though he had a whole jury say so. And then she gets pregnant and has another baby. Ick. All right, Elvis would have been 77 on Sunday. He didn't make it, obviously. Steve Davis, wherever you are, you go crazy this weekend. David Bowie celebrating a birthday on Sunday, 65, real name David Jones. And JC's Eye Candy today. There's a whole sort of like cottage industry in this celebrity look-alike thing. And a lot of times you see the people and you're like, who are you supposed to be? And then they tell you and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess you look a little bit like him, whatever. Well, we found an actress by the name of, she's from Spain. Her name is Lina Sanz. Lina Sanz. And wait until you see who this girl looks like. And I'm not going to even have to tell you who it is. It is frightening. The person who she looks like probably never knew that she had a near double. Wait until you see this. JC's Eye Candy is right below what you're looking at. All right, again, JC's Rock and Roll poll question for the weekend. How much football are you going to watch? Please answer in the corner. We have results for you on Monday. Should be exciting. In the meantime, that's it. JC's Daily Dose for Friday, January 6, 2012, a combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Clayton. Meantime, we beat this one to death. We're on the air at KTRS every weekday from noon to 3. Me and Trish. Trish is trash. Don't miss it. Blah, 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 blah. Bleep, blah. See you later. Bye.